mathematicians. So we're going to finish up lesson 10.1. So right now I'm in our notes packet. I am on the second page of 10.1. We had done this. We had these new formulas, sine A plus B and sine A minus B. And we also had our cosine formulas, cosine A plus B, cosine A minus B. We're going to keep working with those four formulas. We already did our forwards and backwards, and I'm going to do the third type, which is for where you draw the triangles. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this piece of information and this piece of information and draw two triangles. So given A in quadrant 1, do it this way, with sine of A equaling 3/4. So here is A, 3/5 rather, 3/5. I'm going to find the last side with the Pythagorean theorem. B squared plus 3 squared is 5 squared. And B is either plus or minus 4, but we know it's going to be 4 because it's in quadrant 1. That's why I placed it this way. See, quadrant 1. Okay. And so what I know from that is sine of A is 3/5, and I also know cosine of A is 4/5. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is draw my other triangle. This should be a B. I apologize. There's a typo. Cosine of B is equal to 5/13, and B is in quadrant 2. So I'm going to draw that as this blue triangle over here. So I have 5 and I have 13. This should be negative 5/13. Negative 5, and that's 13. And I'm going to do the Pythagorean theorem again. This time I'm using a Y to represent that. Based on my picture, it needs to be a positive 12. So I'm going to have sine of B is positive 12/13. Cosine of B is negative 5/13. Remember that I had a typo here, so fix that typo. All right, so now this key is essential on this type of problem. So I make my key, and now I'm going to do these two, sine of A plus B first. So I know sine of A plus B is equal to sine of A cos B plus cos A sine B. Well, if I look at my key, I have all of those pieces right there for me. So sine of A, cos of B, cos of A, and sine of B. So each one's going to get plugged in there. When I'm putting these in, I'm replacing sine of A as just 3/5. Notice I'm not writing the word sine anymore because I know sine of A is equal to 3/5. Cosine of B is negative 5/13. Cosine of A is 4/5. Sine of B is 12/13. So now I've got negative 15/65 plus 48/65. And so what I like about these, and notice I didn't cancel out the 5s before, and I'm sure some of you wondered why I didn't do that. I didn't do that specifically for the reason that it would give me a common denominator. See how I got 65ths on both? Love when they make a common denominator for me. And the answer here is 33/65. Now let's do the one that was next to it. It told me cosine of B minus A. Okay, so I'm just going to go over here. Cosine of B minus A. Ooh, it's a little backwards, but that's okay. We can still do this. It's going to be cosine B cosine A plus sine B sine A. So I'm going to go over to my key. Cosine of B is negative 5/13. Cosine of A is 4/5. Sine of B is 12/13. And sine of A is 3/5. So I get negative 20/65 plus 36 65 plus 30 65ths plus 36 65ths is equal to 16 65ths. Okay? So that's the third type. And this concludes the video. That's all I wanted to talk about. So go ahead and work on homework 7A.